I'm out here living on a faith and a prayer, y'all. Welcome back to Being Blackout, where we hear no evil, see no evil, and speak no evil. I'm your girl Blackout. Today I'm going to tell you about why I do not get disability and no longer get any food stamps. Okay, so I I did not apply for disability because of one main reason, God. Really, when I was going blind, I wanted to get disability. I really did. I because I felt like that's free money. I mean, it wasn't really free because it costs. I gotta be disabled to get it, but I was going blind anyways. Might as well get this money. And so, and since I can't work and anything, I was doing a lot of gig work. I was doing a lot of Instacart, which I preferred, and I did a little DoorDash, and I was doing notary work. I was doing a lot of different works, and I was in school for computer animation, and so I was no longer able to do those jobs. I did not grow up blind, so I don't know how to use assistive technology. I don't know anything about being blind. I don't know anything about using white cane and what is that called? That type of training for learning how to feel and use a cane and all those things. And learning how to hear. I'm deaf too. Like I got dual disability, blind and deaf. So when I was going blind, it was scary, but I was like, at least there's disability, I can apply for that, and I'm sure I'm going to get it. I'm sure when I am blind and deaf, and I can't, like, I need that money. My family, relies on my portion of the rent and bills. So I was like, okay. So I'm set for trying to do that, but I'm not sure if I spoke to God because, this time I was going blind, so my relationship was getting a little even more deeper. And even before I went blind, I did have a relationship with God where I would hear and things like that. So in this, I decided to, I don't know if I spoke to him about it or if he just told me, like, I don't know if I asked him or if he was just straight up like, no. And then I went to go ask him about getting disability, but pretty much the answer was no. So that was that. It was a no. And I did ask a few times because I wanted to make sure I was hearing that. Like, am I really not going to can I really not apply for this? Like, God's answers is not like what we think maybe or like our logic or like why not or his answers is for a reason, whatever it may be. We may not understand it right away, but I was definitely not understanding it right away, and I really wanted this ability. Okay, so the fact that I couldn't get it was hard, and it was just the pressure of everyone. Like, not only am I grieving my sight, but the pressures of everyone else around me that's requiring me to get my portion. Now they have to push a little harder, or they have to do this or that or whatever to get a little bit more money to make up for my portion of the rent. And they didn't feel like it was fair. They felt like I wasn't doing anything. I'm over praying to God and stuff like that. I'm always going to go to God. I feel like that's the best thing you can do instead of trying to do things yourself, is go to God and He'll guide you. And so I'm trying that. And I was also trying to do my own way of thinking and logic, trying to figure out. I'm on YouTube trying to figure out what are some people that can do jobs legally blind, because at that point, that's what I felt like I was legally blind. I think I was a little past that, but um, yeah, what can I do to like have a little whatever? And things I've seen someone with a therapist. I didn't go to school for therapy. I didn't know none of that. So I'm just stressed out. They're stressed out. Then they put more stress on me by, claiming that I don't care or I just want I'm not saying anything, or, I struggle with asking for help, and that pride is really hard to like go ask all these people, family members, people I don't even speak to on Facebook and stuff. And I don't know these people like that to go ask them for money. I was crying when I had to go ask them and that doesn't help. That doesn't help. Maybe my immediate family, like some of my siblings, they help, but like cousins and things like that, they might like the post, like, and things like that, but none of them sent no money to my Cash App account. So one person was like, yeah, I got you, and when this comes in, they didn't do nothing. I'm like, you shouldn't have said anything at all. But why are you even on here commenting if you're not gonna, you're not really about it? Because when I seen it, I didn't think he was really about it. And my brother's like, yeah, no, he has the money. He's just whatever. But that's neither here nor there. He had no obligations to me. My family, they had no obligations to help me out. It's just, I was like, why you say anything at all? Like, give me some hopes, high hopes, and ain't nothing coming, So, but that's besides the point. That was all besides the point. I'm just saying, like, I didn't get really any help. My siblings, like, people are struggling and stuff too, and I didn't feel comfortable with that. I didn't feel comfortable taking people. I felt bad, like, really bad, and I'm like, I want disability, guys, but and people are like, why don't you apply for disability? Why don't you apply disability? Why don't you? I've already thought about those things. That was the first thing I thought about, and I asked God, and that was a no. And a lot of these people don't really believe in God or like believe that. Or I guess when you say you hear from God or hear answers, they don't believe it. Especially if it's something like this, they feel like you just don't want to. Like, why would I not want to get money to help me pay these bills? Like, why would I not want that? From what I hear people say, it's simple. You go to the doctor, get checked out. They're gonna tell you to see your eyes and all that stuff, and then that's what people are saying. I really don't know the whole process, but I know the answer was no, and that was hard. Because I really wanted to do it. I'm like, am I really hearing you right? Am I really hearing you right? Do I really, So I that was hard. That was stressful, and I had to live like a year. They're like, why don't you get this? I'm like, even if I try to apply for disability, I hear that takes a really long time to really even get accepted. And they're like, yeah, but at least, I guess they're worried that they might have to take care of me after we move and I have to live with them and they have to do all the things. They didn't want to have to do that. My siblings did not want to do that. That sounds a little sad, but they don't. A lot of people, I don't want to, a lot of people are selfish. They don't want to have to take care of a grown person that and like I said, I was dealing with, and even still now, but dealing with the guilt of being blind. It was due to my own recklessness. It wasn't because like I got into a big accident or anything like that, some outside force. It was just like I felt like because it was my own doing, why do anyone have to help me per se, whatever. But all I really need is God and lean on God, and God will send whatever help my way and have people He want to help me, whatever. So I did not apply for disability. I still don't get disability. Disability is not really a whole lot, but I mean it's a lot more than what I'm getting right now. $0. Well, 150 because my mom helps me out, but yeah. And then so food stamps. I don't get food stamps. I stopped applying earlier this year. Back in January was the last time I think I got food stamps. December of last year or January of this year, something like that. And so I did not reapply because God was like, don't reapply. And did I want to reapply? I was like, did I make, why? I don't get any money. And the only thing I have is food stamps to be able to at least get some food. And that's not a burden on my mom. She don't have to worry about getting me no food or nothing like that. I can at least get some food to eat, okay? But no, and that was a whole test to obey. So I obeyed, but that was a hard obey. That was so hard. I think that might have been harder than not applying for disability because now I don't have no food, and I, I I think so. Yeah, so I just didn't reapply for that, and pretty much the same reason why for disability, and I have not been really. I might have been hungry every now and then, but that's more so. It's not because there's super nothing in there to eat. It's just be like nothing you want to eat. I mean, but it's. I've been okay. I've been fine. I've had what I've needed so far. I've just been learning to trust God and lean on God and to be okay with only what I need and not what I want. Like I said, I might not have what I want, but I have what I need. I've been okay. God brought me things I needed. I have not worried of the things of tomorrow. I don't take, what I may put on my body or what I may eat, what it says in, was it Matthew 6, Matthew 7, one of those. I can't get the exact scripture, but I've learned to really trust Him and let Him guide me. And that was the biggest the biggest lesson I learned even back then I was like, I gotta learn to trust on God and not try to take things into my own hand and not even what other people are telling me to do and what they think I should do, not even to really rely on that. Just trust and lean on God. And so I've been doing that and I've been okay. And I've been pretty fun. Pretty fun. Like I'm still living. I'm still a little chunky. So that $150 is going a long way. People are like, how are you making it with $150 per month? Well, you got to do it for food and feed your dog and um get your personal hygienes and all the things you need. And $150 right now, I'm thinking about how Jesus with the fish and the bread, and it was just a little bit. It was like 7 fishes or something, like 5 fishes, 5 loaves. I don't know, and then he broke it, and it fed like thousands of people. That's what I'm thinking of right now. That's so funny, but yeah, it's like that. It's $150, but it don't seem like it's a lot because it really isn't. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't get much, but it's stretching, and then even as the months go on, like a little bit here, a little bit there. So yeah, I spoke about that in being broken blind. So go ahead and check that video out. So I think I'm gonna leave that here. Leave a comment down below if you have a similar experience where God told you something, God told you something. You went back and you asked him over and over and over, hoping the answer would change, but it never did. People are telling you this and that, and you're crying. You want it so bad, but God is saying, no, 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 no. And you gotta stand 10 toes deep on that, but nobody's understanding it. People feel like you just doing whatever you want to do. You don't care. They're saying all kinds of things. Go ahead and leave a comment down below about your experience in that, because it do get hard. It do get tough. It gets rough when you are trying to obey and everyone else is telling you no. What you're hearing is not right. No, that don't make no sense. No, no, no. Do this. Do what we said instead. This is the best way. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. We can talk about it, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and leave on that note. Let's get it, let's go. Adios, adios, adios.